No, no.
How would you fix it?
Honestly, I'd start stroking guys. If you're gonna take that long, you gotta get stroked.
Hello and welcome in Cart Path Only Podcast. Tim Tully, Scott Atwood. Big week in golf, big day in golf, a lot of news. Make sure you stay away from my driver. It's a hell of a couple of days here, and we're here to bring it all back to you. We got the Tour Championship coming up. We got Big Break just got postponed a week. Scott had some big reviews this week that got the crowd going a little bit. I haven't touched a golf club in over a week. That's not true, but I haven't played golf in a week. So I'm itching for it right now. I'm considering a panic 7-wood move. There's a lot going on. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting a lot of hate on the internet. You know, I've gotten a lot of hate before, but this one feels like a whole new level. But you know, I'm here for it. I'm a little bit bulletproof on that. You know, I'm here for it. I stand behind my takes. But Braintree Municipal and Braintree, Mass. The regulars there don't like me. That's for sure, because all the people with no profile photos on Facebook are just drilling into me. So.
Breaking news, I just turned down an invite to the International tomorrow. Heartbreaking.
No.
Guys.
That.
Heart. I haven't played there. I caddied there like 10 years ago in Calcutta. Just heartbreaking text to get. Are you around at 10:30 tomorrow? Like, dude, I got to bring home the bacon. I got a family to feed. So that's such a bummer. Yeah. Damn. All right. Yeah. Jump right back into it. The no faces they're on an absolute tear right now. But
yep,
if you're going to be a no face, like, you got to have a burner name, because we'll Google you.
Yeah, 100%. I Googled a guy today and found his arrest record. So not good.
Not good. Bad boys. Bad. Do you see how this looks? As Chris Hansen would say. Yeah, I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff going on. We'll get that Braintree kind of deep dive. I think I don't know if I've played there. I think maybe in like a junior tournament a long time ago. Don't remember it. So if I did, it was not a good experience. They did not. There's no Braintree Municipal flag on my wall.
Yeah.
That you have to have a good day to get one.
Yeah, we'll chat about it later, but it didn't look that bad. I mean, it's fine. It looked like a muni, but it was just a swamp pit in a puddle because it was downpouring rain, and anyways, we'll get to that later.
All right, and I want to talk about the Tour Championship at East Lake this week. There's a couple big stories we got to get to first. I want to talk about this good thing. I'm not a huge good guy. Like, I'm going right to it because I want to talk about how awesome the new Tour Championship is and all that. But I was excited to watch Big Break tonight. I loved Big Break. I used to record it, watch all the stuff. It was just reported that Golf Galaxy was the sponsor that wanted to pull themselves out of the show. So they have to re-edit the whole show to take Golf Galaxy out. If you haven't seen the clip, it's basically they have the new Callaway driver in a golf bag. The girlfriend or girl goes to pull it out of the bag, and Garrett comes in, like, body checks her from behind and is like, "Don't touch my driver." And I don't, like, obviously, like, they're not physically assaulting women. They're like good guys, like, and I don't know them obviously, but like, they're not bad people, and they're like kind of wholesome in a weird way too, which is why, not in a weird way, but they are like wholesome guys. If you're on the YouTube corner, like, they're kind of like the geeky, wholesome
for sure.
golf YouTube guys. And
for sure,
it's, first off, it's just not funny. Like, if you're going to shoot that commercial, there's so many ways that you could do it. Like, you could have a pair of, shoes, or you could have her purse, or you could have her car, and you could be like, "You touch my driver, I'm driving you." Like, there's so many other better ideas that you could do to sell a driver than, like, knock a girl onto the ground. And, like, for a 10-second clip that, like, wasn't even a commercial, it makes no sense to me. I'm sure those guys are having, like, the biggest panic attack of all time here.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, that's like, it's just the not funny and then the stupid together is like, that's a cardinal sin on the internet.
Yeah, I will. I'll start out here and basically kind of reiterate what you said, but I've heard from multiple people who are like direct connections with them that they are just fantastic people. I'm like one connection away, and I've just heard nothing good about them or hear that they're all very nice individuals and whatnot, and just a great group to hang out with. That being said, I totally agree with you. Where I'm like, what were you thinking? Like, what? Like, you sat and watched this multiple times and said, like, oh yeah, like this is a good, like this is funny. I think about my
That's what, yeah.
videos all the time, and I'm like, I just don't like if I can't stand behind something. If I think about myself in a week, I'm like, if I can't defend this in a week, I'm not going to post this. I just don't understand how
Yeah,
you
and look,
like make that dumb of a mistake.
yeah, and like I totally agree. Like they've had some, I really like a lot of their stuff, and like there was one where Garrett played in a skins match I liked. Like they played with the Cowboys quarterbacks. Obviously, it was awesome. With another one with Noah Khan that I think is like a great video. And I've played at the course they play down there in Texas. I'm actually playing there in September, the Colony. But like, I just I think it's really dumb to have like crazy outrage over this. Like
Yeah, I don't know why they're getting
it
crucified.
obviously was just a bad joke, and like they're not fun. They're like, I don't know, like it's not funny, so it's a flop.
It's
But
not.
like that's the world we're in, where
Yeah.
like the flop is like more cancelable than like something that's cancelable. Like if it was funny and tasteful or whatever, if it was like the girl was, I don't know, she should have like that. What they
What?
should
Why
have
don't
done
you
is
just
she
make
should have.
a just? You should have made a tiger joke. Should have made just somehow make it a tiger joke. He's done something. I don't know. It's just stupid.
But like, why not have her pull the driver out of the bag and like juke him out and hit a bomb and be like, "This is my driver now." Like that's a better clip. Marketing
For
101.
sure.
Sign me up. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
come on,
I'll
guys.
I'll
All right, we can
I
move on.
applied to a job there and got nothing from that. But screw 'em.
Yeah. Well, maybe you tried to touch his Callaway driver. Um, your resume tried to touch his Callaway driver. Just bumped right
Yeah,
out
I
of the
guess
pile.
so. I got my resume sitting right here.
um, so that's what's going on there. Um, Liv is dead. We did this last week, but it's like actually
Yeah,
dead. Michael
there's not much.
Asaso
There's not
wins.
much to touch. Yeah,
Who cares? He's
crazy
promised $2
bummer
million.
for
Who
Lasasso.
knows how much he's going to get?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
bummer
he
for
got
him,
his
dude.
win.
Like,
Skip the Masters, but I mean, he's going to be a good trivia question in 20 years. Like, who beat John Rahm on
yeah,
the 18th
yeah.
hole of
Just
the last ever Live Golf 1.0?
just what a waste of
Who knows,
talent.
dude?
Just such a waste of talent. Like he could have been a probably decent player on the PGA Tour. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be better than like a Will Zalatoris, let's say, crazy pull, but like I don't know. It's all subjective, and he's got talent.
And so with the Live dying, it had me thinking this weekend. My buddy Chris had another good finish, top 15, I think, Corn Ferry Tour. So I was watching some of that, and I was explaining to my father-in-law kind of like the structure. He's a big like watches golf. He'll watch whatever. Watch DP World Tour in the morning, and but he doesn't play. So I was kind of explaining everything,
Sure.
and like how his kind of road has been, and then thinking about like these Live guys who are not going to be exempt, who can't afford to pay the check to come over. Like they're going to have to jump in this pool. And now there's a great video that they put out today that I think Golf Digest or somebody does it where they like hand write everything. It's awesome. Like I love those videos. I could watch hours. If you could put like my college courses in somebody explaining it with writing on the graph paper like that, I would have like probably gone to a better school than Ohio State. I had a great time, but I probably could have went to a better school.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
the new tour is going to be the new tour is going to be awesome. Like the new playoffs, what they're going to do. So next year, it's all 2028 when this is going down, particularly. But they're going to have, obviously the Signature Series. They're going to have the Challenger Series, the Corn Ferry Tour, whatever the Corn Ferry Tour is going to be. But the playoffs are going to be basically exactly what I laid out last week or the week before. They're going to have 2 weekends of match play. Top 32 enter a 32 bracket. Is group of 4, kind of how they used to do the match play in Austin. The top 2 players from each group will advance. So then you have 16 that weekend of that tournament. Saturday and Sunday, you have your round of 16. So you have 8 matches across the TV. It's going to be awesome. You watch these guys, it'll almost feel like kind of like a football game where you have this going on. You'll be able to track everything. Then it goes to 8, and then the Tour Championship will be, I think, Saturday and Sunday at a venue. It'll just be those 4 guys playing, and they'll have a Final Four and then a championship match, which is going to be freaking awesome. Like a championship match to win the PGA Tour season. That's what the playoffs should be. And I get, they don't really play that way, but like you're going to get Cam Young, Wyndham Clark, Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy.
Oh.
Like these guys are going to be going head to head, dude. It's going to be awesome.
Want to know what?
And match play,
it's going to be awesome.
Individual match play is going to be incredible.
Want to know what my thought was going to be or was when this first came out? I don't know how they're going to do the seeding or whatever for the brackets for the groups rather. But man, however it's broken down, it's going to suck to be in Scotty Scheffler's group. Like you just automatically lose.
But you can get out if you're top
group.
2.
Yeah, but if you're in Scotty's group, there's only one spot left after that. Like Scotty's obviously going to be in the 2 spots. No matter what, even if he's not playing his best, he's so consistent that he's just going to win one of the 2 spots. So you're screwed. You're like, all right, my odds just went from 50% to 33%.
I mean, but a 2
I guess, yeah.
In the NCAA, like you have but that's why they're doing the groups instead of just a straight 64-man or 32-man tournament, right? Because like Scotty could have a bad day and lose that first thing, and now Scotty's out of the playoffs. But I imagine what they're going to do is they'll take the top 32 on the points list, and that will be great at the end of the season to see who makes the cut to get into this match play, which will be awesome. And then it'll be 1 and 32, and then probably 15 and 16, and then they'll just keep picking that way as it goes. So, like, you're going to have that head-to-head 15-16 matchup that's probably pretty close. But, like, the gap from Scotty to Rory is pretty big, and then the gap from Rory to 32 is not that big. Or maybe it's Scotty and Rory and then the next group of guys. But, like, the 32nd golfer in the world, this isn't the 64 seed in the USAM. Like, this is going to be, like, Colin Morikawa, or this is going to be Jordan Spieth or Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I don't know if
absolutely awesome.
I don't know if you saw, I don't know how it works, but it's a top 90 play the 72 hole championship series finale. So the top 90 play that, and then the top 32 from that are in the match play. And I don't know how that's going to work. Like if it's just 72 holes.
It has to be aggregated or something, right?
Yeah, it has to be aggregated to give like, no, there has to be some way to like give Scotty Scheffler, for example, points. Because imagine what a flop it would be for the PGA Tour if like it's at some course that like is just a horrible layout for Scotty and he comes in like 70th, which like probably won't happen, but at that finale event, and then just isn't in the first ever match play. Like that would be a travesty for the tour. So I have to imagine there's some way to set it up because like at the end of the day, like you don't want like, you know, Joel Damon, you know, facing like Max Grazerman in the finals, you know, like you want, you know, Scotty Rory, you want, you know, Cam Young, Matt Fitzpatrick. I don't know. Like you want like a couple of guys, Wyndham Clark, whoever, like.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. And I think, too, it's a good, like, Ryder Cup play, too, where you'll get these guys playing match play, like, you know, a couple weeks before the Ryder Cup, like, really serious match play against each other, against the Ryder Cup. And, you know, the handful of Ryder Cup guys are live guys and, like, different ways to do it. Like, so I think it's going to be awesome. I think it'd be a great return for, like, a guy like Rahm, who's probably going to have to grind his way back to, you know, the points list. And, like, what a great story that would be if you could get Rory or Scotty, or, you know, one of these big dogs against Rahm in the match play and try to put on for the PGA Tour.
Oh, my God.
So that's awesome. I'm stoked about that. I mean, it's 2 years away. I wish they could just figure out a way to do it next year. Because as we'll see this weekend,
to be honest,
Tour Championship as it stands stinks.
To be honest, I think I have the solution, and I think this is the only way that they can update getting the live guys in or whatever. I know the $25 million thing. I think they have to go to Korn Ferry Tour, dude. I know it's going to make the Korn Ferry stacked, but like, I think they got to grind it out. That would be hard, dude. Those guys go low.
Yeah. No, I mean you do. I think you have to if you don't want to pay the cash to get to the Brooks level, which I think yeah the live guys have money, but like also how much of that have they been paid? How much of that like Phil doesn't still have? I mean Phil probably had that before, but like it's not like Phil's going to be able to write a check and show up at the PGA Tour. I mean, but I definitely think like those guys should if you're like a Michael Lasasso or you're one of these guys that doesn't have any PGA Tour status whatsoever, no past wins, no exemptions, whatever, like yeah, you're going to have to go to Q school. And I think that's the right way to do it. Like, you don't get to jump to the tour. And
Yeah.
yeah, if you go to the Corn Ferry Tour, you win 2 events and you jump up, like Patrick Reed did in the DP World Tour this year. Like, I think there is a level that, and I think that will really get eyes on a lot of these other golf tournaments. I think that's absolutely the way to do it. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for the PGA Tour. It's great for the Corn Ferry Tour. It's like, hey, we want to get eyes, we want to get bigger sponsor deals. Like, hey, you want to know how you can provide value to us? Help us get bigger purses for the Corn Ferry Tour. You know, like these guys are so good on the Corn Ferry Tour and they're grinding away. Like at some point we're going to need, bigger purses for that. Like those are becoming events that people go to that, are watched on TV. So it's like, why not figure out a scenario where you can, spice those up? That sounds like a blast. Rahm and DeChambeau and like Hatton out there on Corn Ferry Tour. I don't even care if you open up a few more PGA Tour cards or whatever and, figure out how to shift membership, whatever, to make it fair. But like put them out there on the Corn Ferry Tour. Let them work for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go win your 2 events and get out. Like, and maybe you add spots on the Corn Ferry Tour. So like guys,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, add
totally.
add 5 spots or whatever that will go up to the PGA Tour next year.
Like golf rehab. That would be a great Hard Knocks. As if like you follow these guys. That's what like one of these stupid Apple TV shows needs to be.
What they should say is only for next season. Only for the 2027 season, Corn Ferry Tour. We're gonna have however many live guys go over to Corn Ferry Tour. We're gonna open up that many spots that are gonna go from the Corn Ferry to the PGA, and you figure out how to absorb like the 5 to 10 extra spots going to the PGA Tour, get them into events, whatever, with the match play. I'm sure it will be fine. People will get their money. There will be enough to go around, and let those guys duke it out. Let them face the young guns and the Corn Ferry Tour sticks.
Yeah, and I think too, like on top of that, like I would love if there was just one live guy who was like, "Fuck it," took 5 years off, and then went on the mid am circuit and was like, "I'm just gonna be this like the dude in the senior am circuit
Anthony
who
Kim.
had the visor Pine Valley." Yeah,
Anthony
Kim. I don't think Anthony Kim cares. Like Anthony Kim on the Corn Ferry Tour would be awesome. But like
electric.
if DJ was like, awesome. I don't need this anymore, and then he's playing on the Walker Cup team in 5 years after his pro status expires, that would be awesome. Yeah, we're just Dave. This is golf nerd fan fiction right now. Dustin Johnson playing in your member guest at in July, just doing ripping member guest circuit for 5 years. Then he qualifies for a mid-am at Peabody Meadows, and next thing you know, he's working his way all the way back up to the Walker Cup team. It's a dream.
Smoking cigarettes out back of the Peabody Meadows clubhouse.
Moving on to East Lake this week. Tour Championship, top 30 are there to play. Wyndham Clark wins the BMW at Belle Reve. Looked a little close at the end. He had Rory nipping at his heels. My guy Scotty, dad life, relatable, hand, foot, and mouth disease. Been there, done that, not fun. Did shoot a 74 with hand, foot, and mouth disease this season, not a big deal. And so basically Scotty Scheffler. But Tour Championship this week, I always like East Lake. I like playing it in the video games. I think it is a little like, I kind of liked the aggregated start or the stunted start. I didn't think it needed to be as drastic as it was, where you have guys 10, 8, like all the way, like maybe it's a couple points that way. But Wyndham Clark, probably the best, hottest golfer right now. He's putting so well since he switched to that Scottsdale ping, which I tried out when I got the Odyssey. Wasn't for me. Looks like a iPhone, like an iPod Nano that you're just putting with.
Crazy.
It's wild. I needed the lead tape like him. But yeah, I mean, it's an awesome tournament. These guys have notoriously played well there. Obviously, Tommy Fleetwood last year winning, getting his first win on the PGA Tour in the biggest event. outside of the majors, obviously. But who do you like this week? What do you like about the tournament? I mean, we've kind of gone over what we hate about it, but yeah, give me your East Lake rundown.
Yeah, it's gonna be lame. In terms of who I like, Scotty, I think is gonna win it. I think just when he plays courses enough, like he's a good enough ball striker that he can just work his way around that place and be better than the rest. So how can you not go with Scotty? With my dark horse, I really hate it. I like hate this one so much. I'm gonna take Mr. Slowpoke, Patrick Cantlay. He's been like
Yeah, it's
kind of
his kind of tournament.
he's been like lurking kind of for a while, and like he just like always is in like the President's Cup, Ryder Cup situation. He's always on the team. He always like pulls out one random win like every other year or something like that, and then just like is a top 25 merchant. But I feel like he might be a guy that could outlast everyone out there this week. And I don't know, it I think it's so stupid how the Tour Championship has been set up, and it makes no sense. So I'm excited. Next year feels like a true like sports playoff, like a true
2 years.
American
2 years.
true 2 years true American
That's
sports
the
playoff.
worst part about the whole thing.
Rah, rah. I know. Well, I don't know why they announced it before. I don't know why they announced it before this week. Like, you just kind of
like how hard can the
cut us.
logistics be? That's a bummer. All right, so my two picks. I think there's two narratives I see here. One narrative I see is Rory McIlroy just going and steamrolling him. Played really well last week. Got a lot of flack for not playing earlier in the playoffs. Has been kind of off and on. Hasn't played in a ton of events this year. Would be very Rory McIlroy to like roll in and win the tournament. So that's where I'm at, and I feel like that's just kind of narrative-wise where I want to go. Obviously, I'm rooting for Scotty. I want Scotty to win. If it's not one of those two guys, I think the dark horse, who I don't know if you could say he's a dark horse, but it's been a long time since he's won a golf tournament. I think Sam Burns wins this week. I feel like Sam Burns kind of has the same Tommy Fleetwood narrative. He's been playing so well. He's been in the top 10, top 15, a lot of these tournaments. He's a great putter, but he hasn't been able to make that final putt this season or the last couple seasons. He's had a lot of like Sunday great rounds and been kind of swept away from him. I think Sam Burns is a guy who, the Tour Championship is either like the guy who's been dominating this year or the guy who just can't get a break. Like when Bill Haas won, Keegan Bradley, Tiger, and like later Tiger, like it feels like it's the right weekend to get hot. And Sam Burns is plenty long enough for East Lake, and he putts better, as good as anybody else. So I like Sam Burns 18-1 this week. If you're looking for a little something to throw down, that would be my guy this week.
Yeah, I like that. I was bummed he didn't win the U.S. Open. I've been bummed that he's been so close recently, and it feels like he's one of the top 10 golfers in the world right now. I'd say Sam Burns, and he just feels like he's not getting those wins. So
you know what?
Maybe
While
this
we're
is
here, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm taking right now the Cart Path only bet of the year, guaranteed to maybe win. If you make this bet, you probably lose. I'm betting $4.59. 2-leg parlay. First leg, Sam Burns to win the Tour Championship. DraftKings $4.75. Yikes! One of these sports books with better odds. Why don't you sponsor us? Because yikes. First leg is Sam Burns. Second leg, I think everybody in the world knows where I'm going. I'm going long odds, and I'm riding the lightning here. Sam Burns to win the Tour Championship. Dallas Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. 40,000-1. I'm betting my Crown Cash, $4.59, to win 2,000. Sam Burns to win the Tour Championship. I can't respect there. Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Get on that now. I'll see you on Valentine's Day. That'll be waiting for us, and we'll go on a golf trip with that money. But I'm feeling great.
All right, perfect. I like a golf trip. I did forget this week. I did just a crazy thing and made a Google map for myself of every single public course in the United States and some elsewhere that I want to play, and it's very comprehensive. And let me say that, huge waste of time, some may say, but I don't know. sponsors, please hit us up.
You can get that lined up. I'll join you. We'll get it.
All right, perfect.
We'll get a bunch of followers on the pod. We'll do a pod on the road.
We just need $1 million cash right now, and we'll convert
probably
it
like
in,
an
and
RV for my wife and child because I don't think I could go for 30 days.
Maybe 2.
Actually,
maybe 2.
like
one would be one would be cramped. Maybe a caravan.
Like Rory with his portable gym.
It's crazy.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, so we got Burns, we got Scotty, we got Rory, we got Cantlay, and I agree with Cantlay. Like he wins one random event every couple of years or so. This does feel like it has the makings of that type of event. So I like where your head's at. I like it a lot. Moving on. Take me to Braintree, brother. Tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Got some buzz on the feed this week. People are happy. People are angry. What went down? I've been so heads down. Super dad weekend this weekend. So I need to know what went down.
Yeah, so played 18 at a course on Cape Cod on Sunday morning. Knew it was a content day. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I was like, all right, I'm getting in as many holes of golf at like different places as I can. So drive down to the Cape early in the morning, play 18 holes, no rain, no issues. Drive back home, and I'm sitting at home, and I'm saying, all right, what can I hit within 45-minute drive of here that I can get done before it's nighttime. Sitting at home, not raining out. It says 0% chance in the afternoon of rain on the weather app, which semantics, whether,
There's a 95% chance it's already raining.
Let's say it said 100. It was not raining. So book the tee time, show up to the course. It's not the worst course. I played it last year, like course conditions wise, but place is a mud pit for sure, and it's just hard to judge. So anyways, go inside, pay for my tee time, blah, blah, blah. It's not raining out. I actually go to the tee time, and one of the guys that I'm paired with is like, dude, I know who you are. I follow you. So I'm like, that's crazy. Pretty wild. I haven't really met people who follow me in the wild, so that was just a nutty one. But get out to the second or third tee box, and it just starts downpouring. Like when I say downpouring, and it's $80 or $100 or whatever, which is again semantics. It's not really about the money; it's the principle. But we get a few holes in. I'm trying to play through the rain and whatnot, so we get to like 4. We're like, all right, do we keep playing? We get to 5, and it's just drenched, and like you can't even like swing a club. It's a mud pit below you, so you can't even make a stance. And the greens were not rolling. The greens were like puddled up and whatnot. I'm not a complainer. I was gonna keep playing through the rain, but like it was torrential downpouring for a significant period of time. Anyways, 7th hole or so, I'm like, all right, guys, like I hadn't been playing for a couple holes anyways, really. It was kind of hit or miss because I was like, this is just ridiculous, and I was walking. So I walk inside after, let's just call it even 9 holes for argument's sake. Walk inside after 9 holes. I'm drenched, like water coming off of me, like full. The lady can see. I think she was laughing at me. But go inside, and there's a lady in the clubhouse. I'm like, hey, just wanted to grab a rain check, like whatever. And just in like kind of like a snooty, like snark voice, she's like, yeah, no rain checks, no cancellations. I was like, what? Because to be honest, I'm of the mindset, regardless of the weather thing, the golf thing, whatever, it's like you're a business, someone's paying to like use your product or service. They should get what they paid for. And as a business, you should be treating your customers well, like, but like the best way to build a business is like customer service and a good product and taking care of your customers. And like at the end of the day, like even if I was disrespectful, which I wasn't, if I came in and said like, can I get a rain check? Like, why would you not just be like, you know what, dude, like I'll just give you a rain check because like you came in and asked nicely. And I didn't really say anything, but I like walking out was like, to be honest, I don't think this lady knows the chaos
that red button is looking at you.
I was like, the second I leave this parking lot, they're toast. I didn't even leave the parking lot. I filmed it in the parking lot and thought someone heard it. Sat on a rain jacket in my car and like drove down the street to post it, and filled up like more than Gillette Stadium worth of views. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I stand by it. Like, if your course is unplayable, I'm like, it's not. So many people are like, oh, you're not tough. I'm like, dude, it's not a toughness thing. Like, I played in 20-degree weather on Thanksgiving one year in a cast. I had a boot on like a cast on my leg. And I was like, dude, I've done that before. So I don't care about the weather. The course was just unplayable. And I'm like, I came here to play your course. And on top of that, I'm the reviews guy. What am I supposed to do for a review? Be like, oh, this day was perfect. It wasn't. It sucked. And like, your customer service sucks. There's no cart girl. At least if I'm going to sit in the rain, get me a beverage. Like, I don't know, a towel.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, and I feel like we're on the same wavelength this episode. Like, I haven't had anything to disagree with. The rain check is like a golf. It's a golf institution. Like,
It's etiquette.
you should want, especially say you played 9 holes. Like, give me a rain check for another 9. Then. Like, if I played 9,
Exactly.
I'm not asking you to give me the money back that I've played for, like that I've spent.
Yeah, no refund.
Half the hot dog. I'm not
And
asking
no
you
refund.
for. I'm not asking you for a whole nother hot dog. I'm just asking to finish the half that I had. So it like it's so crazy to me where like you said, it's a business that's built on recurring business. And like, you know, it's like a pizza place not giving, and I don't want to like, I'm not gonna like pump your tires or whatever, but like if Dave Portnoy wanted a slice of pizza and they were like, we don't have any pizza today, like that's a terrible decision for the golf course. And like,
Dude, but even worse.
but
Yeah,
even
I
not
made it.
knowing who you like, what you're gonna do if you're gonna post whatever, like the common thing is like you want to be a place that people want to tell their friends to go and play golf at. And if you're not going to get a rain check, and say like me, like if I drove 45 minutes, I have the negotiation of I'm gonna block out this time my calendar.
Yeah, like
to
you have
go
a
play
daughter,
golf.
and you're like, yeah, I gotta. You have work, you have a daughter, you have whatever. It's like,
And it's gonna rain. Like, okay, I could have not played, but if you don't have cancellations on a rain day too, like that's crazy. Like, so yeah, I mean, I'll never go there. I hope not. After your experience, I definitely won't. But yeah, I mean, not having a rain check, like it does so much more good than bad. Like, sure, like maybe you pay the cart fee the next time or whatever, but like if it's an $80 round,
it's the principle.
They're gonna have open tee times. It's freaking Braintree Municipal. It's not like, yeah, and maybe it's a town accounting thing or something like that, right? If it's a town municipal thing, but still, like,
I just there's so many better
form.
there's so many
I'm stroking.
Yeah, there's so many better so many better answers. Like, give me a food and beverage credit. Like, I literally any answer other than like oh,
how
you're
about
screwed.
Sorry,
like,
it's raining. How about just like
I anything other than like, oh, you're screwed, because I'm like, oh, all right, like, what am I supposed to do with that? And then as the review guy, like, what am I gonna pay again to go play your Muni? What, $200 in like 2 lost days to go play your just above dog track? Like, I'm not gonna do that.
No, that sucks, and it sucks that it has to come down to that. But like, yeah, I mean, like a rain check should be like you're a golf course. You have a bar, you have golf carts, you have a pro who thinks he's better than he is, and like you have rain checks. Like that's what comes with the golf course.
Yeah, and it's not like you're losing that much profit. You're gonna get the customer back, and they'll probably spend $50 on drinks the next time. So
yeah, or like, how about a rain check is okay, especially if you're not a foursome. If you bring a foursome back, we'll give you a rain check. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
There's recurring business. You get three range, things, and like it's just nuts. Or like how about a 1 day advance reservation? Like you can call the shop on day of or 1 day advance and use your rain check. Like just use it.
Let us run your.
It's just that's stupid.
Let us run your course.
Yeah, good. We'll run your marketing. Braintree will run your golf course. Who's next? Any hospitals need any help?
Ponkapog.
Yeah, Ponkapog's our first project. We got to get there.
Yeah.
We got to do a hater match at Ponkapoog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
All right.
would be
What
that
was
would
the
be
rest?
legendary.
Take me into the rest of your golf week. I'll give you mine quickly. I played 3 holes with my dad on Sunday night. We have a little loop by where my parents are on the course, so jumped out there. Didn't have my glasses, so I was a little played even, but I had a birdie and a bogey, chip in birdie, so probably more like 1 or 2 over if that didn't hole out. Couldn't see anything. Got the new putter out there, was rolling it nice. Like craziest thing ever. Like I traded in my putter and I've played 3 holes with it. Maybe I played a 9. I don't even remember. I went Sunday. My wife wanted to clean up the house. I was like, great. And she was like, my daughter, do you want to go to the golf course? And she just awesome like dad moment. She like was like this, and she was like, yeah, yeah. And she went and grabbed like this little plastic kids golf
Yeah,
set.
yeah. Oh,
She
I
went and
saw
grabbed
the
it out of the
story.
corner of the room, and like was like running around, and like I was like, all right, we'll put your golf dress on. Like put her little dress on, and I was like, come on, let's go. And she's like running looking for her shoes, and we went to the chip. We always go Tuesday mornings. My mom watches her, so we'll go to the chipping green, and then she'll sit in the stroller at the driving range. But she was all business. Didn't want the stroller. We went right to the chipping green. I was chipping. She was whacking the balls around. She was emptying the buckets and putting the balls back in. Went down to the putting green. Same thing. There were no pins in the holes, which she really likes the pins to pull them out and play with them. So then she wanted to step in the holes, which obviously is a huge problem. So I went around and just made sure she didn't do that. So I didn't really get to hit the ball. I whacked a couple chips, didn't really putt much, but we had a great time. She did not want to leave. I also did not want to leave, but so we just kind of sat there and cried in the parking lot together, which was a really beautiful father-daughter moment. But that was awesome. So that was the highlight of my golf week for sure. Just joined the men's game for Sunday, so I'm excited to get back into some competition now that I'm a bit of a mid single digit handicapper right now. So I'm very excited to be an asshole and piss some people off on Sunday. Looking forward to it. It's been a while. It's very expensive down in the low single digits, so I'm excited to get a little bit of breathing room there.
You'd hustle me right now because you would be giving me almost no strokes at this point, and yeah, that would be unfair. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's a chance.
Almost request like in the group. It's all random, but I want to be like, can I have the 3 biggest sandbaggers? Because I want to have my day. Or just like look at who I've lost to the most and play them. But no, I'm jacked up about that. I haven't played, so that will be very exciting. But they punched yesterday and today. My dad played this afternoon. He said they do the little holes now, and they cut down like 40 trees. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And they do a great job with the aeration. So shout out grounds crew at Andover, because I think the greens will be pretty good by Sunday. How about you? What do you got going on?
I went to, I don't know if I mentioned last week, went to this place, Ritter Farm. It's in East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, I think. Pretty good, short little course. It was also raining that day, but it was like $30 and it wasn't raining enough, for example, for me to stop playing. So I kept playing. So that's a great example of like when rain's not too much. It was just a nice shower. It was lovely. Did that before work one day and then just had the 2 rounds on Sunday. I went to Sandwich Hollows. Interesting course, crazy elevation changes. Like you'll be hitting into a par 4 where there's just a hill straight up, and then there's like a dog leg left with like a wedge back into the green. It's very peculiar, but kind of a cool course. Greens just did not roll well. My putting is going to be atrocious because I haven't played on like a regular green in maybe probably since TPC Boston. I haven't hit a single putt on like an actual green. It's been basically just carpet since then. So I'm toast.
If you need to come down to the basement lab, let me know.
Honestly, I'm gonna need to. I might go in the hallway on like the hardwood. Like that's at least that rolls a little bit normal. I don't know.
Get you dialed.
It'll be a little fast. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so this weekend, big weekend for you, huh? Coming up.
Yeah, going to TPC. Yeah, TPC Boston FM Championship LPGA. I'm gonna be hanging out with Brian from The Office. Is it
Oh yeah, Brian
Yeah, Brian.
Baumgartner,
Yeah, Brian
Kevin.
Baumgartner from The Office. Yeah, Kevin from The Office on Friday. Uh, the Boston Common Frogs will be there. So that's a really big fan activation. Best dynasty in all of pro sports. The Boston Common
Big
Frogs.
year coming
But
up.
yeah, I'll be there Friday. I'll be there Sunday. Shout out to the LPGA. Got me like the club tickets and all and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna be living large. I think I'm gonna have like the full food spread and be with like all the prim and proper people, yupping it up. So very excited for that.
I dig it, man. That's going to be awesome. Get to see Nelly and Charlie and the whole crew and some great
Yep.
golf and a pretty sweet golf course. And I used to go when they used to have the EMC there. I went a couple times. It's awesome. Deutsche Bank, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Couple. I saw Webb Simpson and Ches Reavie in the playoff. That was my TPC Boston tournament event. But same thing. Like we had the club thing on 17. It was incredible. I think that was maybe the first or second tournament I ever went to. So it was awesome. So you'll have a great time. All right. Well, let's go off the cart path. Let's go into the conference room here. We have some business to discuss. We're gonna bring this to the crowd. We have some potential sponsorship interest, but we want to brainstorm a little bit live here on the type of sponsors that we're looking at. And
Yeah.
no jets yet. So we're still working towards that Wheels Up sponsorship to do Scott's public course tour of the world. But yeah, like where do you think we land? Like what's a good partner for us?
A great one. One that would be phenomenal. A great car dealer locally here in New England. There's conversations with some car dealers going on kind of in the background. But like some car dealers would be great. Maybe get a courtesy vehicle, be able to drive to some cool places. I was looking next week. I'm like, I didn't realize there was a Ticonderoga golf course that's really nice out in New York. I was like, that's one I'd want to hit. Yeah, Ticonderoga golf course. I'm like, that sounds cool to hit. There's some courses in Vermont, Connecticut. A lot of people have been asking me for Connecticut, so I would love to do that. But yeah, car, like I don't know. There's a lot of good cars out there. I'm gonna have to kind of research that. That might be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I think like gadgets. Like I spent this week no free ads, but like explaining to my dad how to use Arcos because he finally got it after me telling him to get it for a year and a half. And
Yeah,
like he didn't turn the tracker on today. He left it at the house. He's like asking about the phone thing, and I'm like, dude, I never worked there. Like I can't. I love my dad. My dad's my best friend, but I was like, dude, I didn't work there. I don't know how it works. I just know that I put the thing in my pocket, and at the end of the round, I check to see if the clubs are.
yeah. I've got the pinned caddy, which is pins like iPad thing.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
was kind of hating on it at first. Pretty cool. It's magnetic to the cart, does the full flyovers with like all of your GPS distance and whatnot. Gives you heat maps on the greens. You can play different matches on it and whatnot. Shout out to the folks at Pins. They're a Boston company too, so that's wanted to give them a good shout out.
Yeah, that would be maybe a nice winter, like indoor training facility that we could get lessons together, like a couple, and really grow our game, and then go on like a member guest circuit next year. There's a lot of ideas
Yep.
out there.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
need
of
some
ideas.
lessons this winter for sure.
And then we have some merch coming down the pipe. Scott and I got a couple samples coming in this week. Just tracked the shipping coming in earlier. I went with the Gatorade logo. Got some Q-Zips coming in. We're going to see how they look. Not Gatorade, the sports drink logo from the 70s that is no longer copyrighted.
Correct.
And doesn't have anything to do because a robot might have made it with inspiration. But yeah, we'll have some merch coming. So if there's any type of gear, I'm a big like hooded. I like a quarter zip with a hood. That's what I'm on. I obviously love like the light hoodies like this too. But I was thinking about it when I was ordering the other day because I had somebody else I was getting something for. And dude, I kind of graduated from quarter zips. I was thinking about like what I have, what I don't
Me
have,
too.
and I always get navy everything or blue. And then I was like, dude, I don't have any like regular quarter zips anymore. I don't wear them because I always wear the hood on the course.
So yeah, so
And maybe that's like a shrink, but I'm excited to get some
no,
nice
no,
gear.
I'm with you. I know I got the quarter zip. I never wear quarter zips like on the course too much because at the end of the day, I'm like it's too hard to take off and put on and whatnot. But my quarter zip wearing is really like to dinner, to a bar, to whatever. So like kind of more social settings and whatnot. But I agree with you. I don't really do quarter zips that much because I'm like it's such a pain to try and do that whole thing. I'd rather have like some sort of windbreaker jacket or yeah, like hoodie, something that's a little bit more comfortable, maybe a little more versatile, can be taken off and on easier, different things like that.
Yeah, so we should be pretty dialed in next week, looking sharp for the boys. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys want, any type of logos, anything like that, like let us know because we're gonna hook it up for the squad. Our weekly feedback people, like we're thinking of you. We're thinking of you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're
We
lining
could.
up guests too. Guests are coming very soon after the President's Cup. We'll look at bringing some guests on.
Yes, yes. All right, moving on. We kind of did who are you stroking? We're gonna jump into the mailbag. Like obviously we're stroking Braintree, and we're stroking the PGA Tour for not having this match play championship thing starting on Saturday. Like I get you had to go to BMW and you promise them a certain amount of events and whatnot. But like, how about next year? Like, don't tease us with an extra year here. Like, what's the point of that? And then yeah, like no rain checks, huge stroke, like double penalty stroke, penalty box, the whole deal. Like you got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. But mailbag question of the week. Oh, this is a good one here. My buddy just had his first kid and says he's still going to play golf every Saturday morning like nothing changed. Narrator, no, he's not. His wife apparently disagrees. What's a reasonable amount of golf for a new dad? Um, Once a week, twice a month, 6 a.m. tee time to change things. If you're home by 10:30, does it even count? Golf trip during year one, acceptable or insane? Um, do you have any thoughts before I go to town here?
Yeah, I think to be honest, you can be if you're willing to you're going to have to cut something out. So the way I look at it is like I for example will sacrifice drinking. I'm like I'm not going to drink whatsoever if like I want to do all these other things. And I think you can be flexible to where like, you're not being a bad parent, there's flexibility, there's coverage, you can go together, you can do whatever and like you can make it work very easily for sure. Like there's, parents and in-laws who want to see the kid or kids whatever and whatnot and like as long as there's a good scenario and you're not as long as you're holding up your end of the bargain I'm like I have no problem with like as much time as possible and I'm totally like you called me last week a lover boy so like I'll hand up take that title up but I'm like yeah I'm not going to be absent but yeah I'm gonna try to get the most amount of golf I can and reasonably like while still excelling at being a parent which hopefully I will be one day and then at work.
So yeah, I agree with that. My best advice for you as a new dad having a child is first off, don't be better at planning tea times than you are at planning anything else in your life. Because if you can figure out how to squeeze in 4 hours of golf at a certain point during your week, but you can't figure out time to do anything at home, that's a huge problem. And that's a conversation coming that you don't want to have, that nobody wants to have. Second of all, your wife doesn't not want you to play golf. First off, she probably is a little sick of you anyways, particularly early with the baby. But if you're going to play golf, you can't just first off, there's got to be a heads up. It's got to be a couple days. Hey, what do you think about this time? Do you have plans? Are you going to do something? Can we do something Saturday? And you can check all your boxes, get what you need to done. Do you need to get your nails done? Do you need to go grocery shopping? Can I go grocery shopping for you? Like, and for me, like I do three things. I work. I'm my family. I work. I play golf, and then in the fall, when golf's not there in the winter, I broadcast. Those are the rotating three things that are going on in my life at all times. I have to check the first two boxes before I get to golf. And that's why, like this year and last year, I've played significantly less golf than I have in the past. Right? I played 145 rounds in 2021. This year, I don't know if I'll play 50 tee times, which is 9 holes included. My favorite thing to do in golf was walk 9 holes after work at 5 o'clock. I don't have that option anymore, right? I got daycare pickup, we got bedtime at 7 o'clock. Like, that doesn't work. I'll squeeze it in after, whatever. If there's, one day a week my wife is home, that Thursday morning I'll try to play 9 before work, or I'll figure it out, or I'll arrange, get a job that invites you to golf. Work in sales, where I'm going and playing golf with clients. That's it. 2, if you're a competitive golfer, I like to think of myself as a rather competitive golfer, your tournament schedule needs to be decided in May. I had my 2 qualifiers, I had my club championship, I had my 4-ball, and I had the 1 member guest I was going to play. These are my 5 weekends I need to play maybe twice a weekend. And that's everything else is bonus after that. And that's kind of how I operate. Like I had the club championship, that was 5 days of golf in 6 available weekends or 6 available weekend days. Like I want to play one of those weekend days, or I want to play 3 of every 6 weekend days, or I want to play 2 of every 5. So managing that and understanding, one, your wife's not the enemy and she does not want you to play golf. That being said, you need to make sure everything is handled at home to the point where you're both rewarding yourself. And that's not just a you thing. And this is like getting really deep and thoughtful here, but like the best thing you can do as a husband, and like my wife will probably come on and laugh when saying something like this, but like your wife is going to be regardless so in love with this baby, so around this baby, so interested in everything and wanting to share that. You want to share it too, but it's very hard, much harder for women than men to do something for themselves. So like if you can encourage her to go get her nails done, if you can encourage her to go to yoga, and one, not only say I'll handle the baby or I'll take the baby to my mom's, but prove that. Like that's Sunday. I know Sunday we're coming up on a week here. Like I'm saying I'm going to take her for a walk. We're going to go to the golf course. We're going to do something. Like
Football's coming
I'm
too.
going to just do that. I'm not asking for exactly like even that football Sunday. Like we go watch the games at my parents' house. Like Gracie and Docs, my daughter and I will go to my parents' house and watch football. You're welcome to come, but if you want to do something for yourself, that's a great opportunity to. And so that's what I'll do along the lines of like try to, swim lessons on Saturday mornings. Like I got swim lessons, go do what you got to do. So make sure you're taking care of work, make sure you're taking care of family, and then don't let golf be the first thing that you're scheduling, and schedule your life around that. Schedule your life and then plop golf in as it goes. There's no way you're going to play as much golf as you played before. And you know what? In 20 years, you're not going to want to look back and think about, man, I wish I played more golf. You're going to wish you spent more of that time with your kids. And that's kind of, for me, is where, yeah, do I want to go outside? Do I want to play golf? Yeah, but like also, my daughter's 15 months old and like is just running around and wants to give me a hug and wants to dance and wants to listen to Choosing Texas for the 30th time today. Like, I'm in. So, if you can find opportunities or just find a steady thing, like I play men's league with my dad on Wednesday nights. That's my one night a week where I'm like, I'm playing golf. This is what I'm doing. There's different ways around that, but have something you can stick to. That's your one bullet a week or 2 bullets a week, and go with that. And then everything else is bonus. But
yeah, the guy and the girl both have to have, whatever, their night out or something, or, not night out, but just, something to do during the week.
Something for you, something to take care, because she's going to be taking care of the baby, and she's going to be taking care of you, and she's not going to be focusing on taking care of herself. And as a guy, you're going to take care of yourself no matter what. Like we had an English teacher in high school who was like, men dream about bad things happening to them. Women dream about bad things happening to people around them. So women are always trying to take care of everybody else. We're trying to take care of ourselves. So fight that anthropological urge. Make sure she's taking care of herself, and then sneak in golf when you can. I tell you what, I've never appreciated a round of golf more than I do now. When it's a beautiful day and I'm out there, I'm like, man, I'm just so happy to be here. Like,
what an honor.
And that's really changed my perspective on golf. So, yeah, that was a bit of a rant.
This went way on, but you know what? It was worth it.
It was worth it. Spend time with your wife and kids. Golf is a hobby, and you'll get back there someday. You'll be that mid-age.
We're still going to keep
dad, but not to.
Yeah, I mean, become the country club dad. Become the country club. Like, you're gonna go to the kids' events still, but there's time for everything. There's always time.
Yes, you are no longer the most important person, and your golf is certainly not the most important thing. Just keep that top
Yeah,
of mind at
no,
all.
shooting at 75 is not top priority for the family.
Well, for mere mortals, some of us. You will hit the ball longer, by the way. I'm 15 yards longer in the last 2 years.
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm such a...
All right.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Cart Path Only, episode 9. How about that? Coming up on 10. This might be 8. I think it's 9.
Wait, episode 8.
Episode 8. Like I said, guys, new baby. I don't sleep much.
Time flies by when you're having fun.
Episode 8, definitely top 8. Give golfers a rain check. That's all we'll say. Our picks for the weekend: Sam Burns for me, Roy McIlroy for me, Scotty Scheffler, Patrick Cantlay for Scott. Scott, have a great time
Nelly
at
Korda.
the FM Championship. Nelly Korda. Throw me, I would say Charlie Hull. How about no laying up girl? What's her name? Natalie Coughlin. That's my name.
Yeah.
Natalie Coughlin.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Godspeed.
Peace.